Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at another legend team here, and this one is from Patoman, and honestly they usually are running teams that I really enjoy running myself, and so I was like kind of excited for this one. They posted two different teams. One is the one that you see currently on the screen, another one is going to be with a Mandibuzz, the Sandslash, as well as mostly the Sayswap of Drapion. Here I do think that they are most likely mainly trying to run the Sableye as a closer for this one, based on how they kind of put their team in. So I was thinking a closer Sableye could be really good in the current meta, but I do feel like that this team is a little bit more flexible than other teams, which we're going to talk maybe a little bit about here in today's video as well. Jerry speaking, of course, would really appreciate if you could leave a like on this one. This team was absolutely amazing. You're going to see most of my battles here as well today, as you have an 18-minute video here minimum, so that's going to be very cool for you as well. And we'll see here already. I'm going to use my Germnaa as, something to catch the charge move on. It's going to be the Ice Punch from the opponent, which definitely seals the deal. They decide to forfeit, and we can move on to the next opponent. Pidgeot in the lead is going to be, of course, absolutely amazing for us, especially as they swap out into the Diggersby. We're going to be able to get a little bit of damage onto them, and after this, we can swap out also into the Germnaa. I tried to catch a Fire Punch, hoping that they would go for it kinda one fast move after I went for my own Ice Punch, but they didn't, and so, yeah, we're gonna catch a Scorching Sands. That's fine by me. I can go for an Ice Beam, and now we have switch advantage. We got rid of one of the Pokemon. We have a Pokemon in here right now. They can still deal with the Pidgeot, because, yeah, look at this. We can still go for an Ice Beam, which does super effective damage. We have perfect alignment on our team, so, like, what can go wrong here? Let's see if something can go wrong. We're going to let the move go through. This is going to be the Air Cutter, very likely. Exactly. Like, people are starting to run this now as well. I find it funny because I showcased Air Cutter, what's called Pidgeot, as one of the first people on YouTube, and so many accounts were laughing about it, being like, oh yeah, that's just garbage, Scopium, like Pokemon has no potential, it's so bad. And now all of a sudden I see like Rise to the Occasion played, all of the people around it, like, not saying that they copied me or whatever, but just general feel that people now appreciate Pidgeot way more because Pokemon is absolutely amazing with Air Cutter. But just when I basically started to showcase this one, like, nobody was really believing in it. Here we see that the opponent is forfeiting, and we can move on to the next opponent. We hardwired the opponent there, of course, but Pidgeot with Air Cutter, again, I made a video about this really early on, and it was an absolute amazing Pokemon to run, and definitely something I would recommend you to give a try, for sure. There's another Air Cutter Pokemon that I could give a try as well, which is going to be the normal Farfetch'd for something like of a fun review, but that might be something for the future. Anyway, we're going to see here that we're going to have the opponents weak tap still getting to move here. This was not supposed to be happening, to be fair. I do think they got a free fast move in which they should have not get through. I think I lagged like for one turn. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to catch the move here onto my Germnaa, which is going to be fine. We're going to be able to let the move go through here, which is going to be absolutely amazing. In comes Clodsire again. Oh wow, we're going to have again some solid answers for this Pokemon. I'm not worried at all. We should be kind of fine as long as we're going to keep our shields for our Sableye. I think we're going to be totally okay here in today's matchup. But let's see on how this is going to go though. We're going to see here that the opponent is going to let the move go through. We can go for another Ice Beam in time, and that kind of should win us that battle immediately, because, like, what do they really want to do here? They don't really know either, and I think this is going to be it. I think we are going to be fine here. I do think that we're going to be able to win this battle quite easily here as well. As you see here, we're going to have the Foul Play coming through. It is going to allow us to get the shield, and I think they just, yeah, they're forfeit here at this point. Next up, Inadequance. Last time I lost against them, and it starts off really bad as well. We have a very bad lead for us. This is not too bad if you're on Shadow Clone. This is one thing that I have to say as well. I am not too sure on which kind of moveset they are running. Like, for Germnaa, it's currently kind of only one moveset that's reusable. Here, very smart from Inadequance, by the way, to stay in there, especially as they have a hard counter to Germnaa on the back with the Pachirisu, which, funnily enough, actually recently got buffed and is actually a very strong Pokemon in the current meta. Thunder Punch got buffed last season, which makes this Pokemon definitely way stronger as well now. But, yeah, of course, they know exactly on how to play, because guess what? They got second in the world, like, literally in the World Championship. So, yes, they know how to play. I try my best here still to do, yeah, basically what I can, but I just get hardwalled throughout the entire battle. And the last time I lost against Inadequance, and I have to say, it doesn't really look too good for us here right now either. And so we are going to be forced to go into our Sableye, and I have to risk it at this point. I know that they're very likely going to be able to survive the fast moves, but I have to risk a full farm down here and hope that I can go for the KO with that. They survive with like a few HP left, like 2 HP. I was kind of aware that this is very likely what's going to be happening here right now, but it was still my only play of really winning this one because I needed the energy. I was able to catch the move here, which is at least great, but they're going to be able to go into the Pachirisu, and while I'm most likely going to be able to farm down the Pachirisu, they still have a charge move stored on the Diogong. So my only play is to hope that they don't think that I have the power gem here, but of course they know what they're doing. But to be fair, for having such a bad matchup, I'm quite happy on how close I got with this one, because like one power gem would have knocked them out here from this range most likely. So, good game there. Nothing I could have done in this battle, like absolutely nothing. But also very well played by Inadequance, which gave me basically 0 chance of coming back from this matchup as well. Next up, we're going to have here Feraligatr against us, which is going to be a bit of an awkward matchup. What I usually do here is I stay in and go for a drill run. They can let the move go through if they want to, and here are like basically the scenarios that's going to happen. Either they shield, and you go into the Azumarill, and you can go for a player afterwards, or they let the move go through, and you go into the Azumarill, and you can most likely go for the full farm down here, because Hydro Cannon, Crunch, and Ice Beam are all going to be resisted hits, and so that is going to be definitely a bit of a better matchup for us now. As you will see here, we're going to see the Jump Club coming back in, where we can go for the Ice Beam spam. And yeah, I'm going to go straight for the Ice Beam here, because I guess I just kind of want to get rid of the shield, but they're very likely going to let the move go through. And so we are shield down, but we have 3 Pokemon left. We got rid of one of the Pokemon. They have a 1 HP Feraligatr in the back, and they have a Lapras. And I went for that one bubble, and this one bubble is actually going to cost me maybe the game here, because now they're going to be able to outspeed me, which they should have not been able to otherwise, but let's see. Maybe I can still come back from this. I can take, of course, a hit from the opponent. Sparkling Areas coming through. And here, as we're going to see, I usually would have been able to outspeed them there, but because of the one bubble, I'm not able to by one turn. They swap out into the Feraligatr. And also what's a little bit annoying is that I am not going to be able to actually get the KO here, because it's away with 1 HP. They're going to knock me out, and now it's down to our Sandslash to win the battle. Can Sandslash win against that Lapras? It's going to be very, very close. We don't have Shadow Claw. I do think that it is better without Shadow Claw, by the way. I do think that the movesets that they have here currently on the Pokemon are the best movesets for them. But yeah, they're going to go for another charge move here. I was hoping to catch a move. Didn't work out. Well played by them. And we're sadly going to lose this battle here as Sparkling Area comes through. And we survive. And this is the thing as well. I do think that the non-Shadow Sandslash is better than the Shadow Sandslash in the current meta. And if so, we're going to be able to get the KO. And we can move on to the next opponent. Next up, we're going to have the Sandslash here against Sandslash, and this is going to be a matchup where it depends on who wins the MP tie. Guess what? Who loses the MP tie? It is me. And also they're going to go for a bait here, well played. By the way, we have 2 official casters here already, and then with the Inadequance before, here now against another caster. It's kind of cool to see all of those people that you see also on those streams battling against you. But as you see here, we're going to be able to catch the move, which is going to be fine, but they're going to play it very well, getting as much energy, and we have most likely a very similar team. I'm just curious on what they're going to have in the back. Could be another Sableye, but if it's a Sableye, I kind of have to be really mindful in how I play this one, because it would be ideal for me to kind of keep my Azumarill around, right? Because I have access to play rough. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to overfarm. I'm going to try to let the move go through here. I could swap out into my Sandslash again, but I'm going to swap out into my Sandslash again to try to go for a drill run here now to hopefully knock them out. But because we have like powders now, because we don't have Shadow Claw, we just barely are not going to do enough damage here. They're going to swap out into their own Sandslash. I'm going to be using a shield here, but they play it very well. Like, they literally just played it very well here throughout the entire battle. There's nothing else I can really say about that. As we will see here, they're going to be able to outspeed me, but they're going to win the CMP tie, so they tried to go for the CMP tie, because they knew that they won the CMP tie before already, so I have a little bit of an attack investment on the Sandslash. That's the thing as well, which I say as well, like I had like coaching sessions recently where someone asked me how important are IVs. I actually would recommend you, if you build common Pokemon, to give them a little bit of an attack investment, even though they might have a lower rank with that total. They're going to be able to win the CMP tie most of the cases, which in this case, for example, lost me the battle, but won them the battle. Definitely, I don't actually know what they had in the back, so could have been anything. Ferret or Ferret? This is going to be a funny matchup. Why? Because we saw Ferret in the lead, which has charge moves that are all resisted by Sandslash. It's going to be grass and normal type coverage there. I'm going to have here the Drapion, which would take super effective damage from the Drill Run, but because I didn't want to get hit by a Crunch on my Sandslash, I decided to go for the Ice Punch just to weaken them, because all the charge moves of Drapion are going to be resisted on my Azumarill, so the energy is kind of going to waste here. And now I can go for the full farm down against this Pokemon here. Hopefully don't get a debuff. We sadly do get a debuff now, but it's okay. And the cool thing here now is that Ferret comes back in, where the Fast move is resisted on Azumarill and the charge moves are resisted from my Sandslash. So I basically always get the best out of them. Like I always have the resistance of like the things that the opponent currently has on the field, while the moves that would be good against us never really hit us. Here I accidentally activated the game booster. I think you have to swipe up for that. I actually don't even know how to activate it if I wanted to. I have no idea actually. But, oh, I think there's like it's somewhere on the bottom left for me. I have to tap it on the screen to activate it. But it cost me a few fast moves. That's like some kind of build-in stuff from my phone. Don't really know if that's important or not. Apparently there's a priority mode. Maybe I should use it for the future games. Maybe it helps me. I have no idea about this thing. But it gave the opponent a few free fast moves. But luckily, we kept our composure here. We're going to let the move go through as well, hoping it's a Swift. It is a Swift, so they don't do more fast move damage. We can go for the full farm down, and with that, we can still get an Ice Punch off against the Talonflame, which is going to be enough to get the KO here. And again, it showcases on how strong this team actually is. And here's the thing which I kind of want to talk about. This team is very flexible, I would say. Well, mainly I would use the Say Swap of Azumarill, most likely. It really depends on what Pokemon we're going to encounter in the lead. For example, here we encounter a Malamar in the lead. Having access to double super effective hits with the superpower against our Sandslash, we kind of want to swap out at least when we get to the Ice Punch, because then they get to the superpower. And so what we did here is we swapped out into the Sableye instead of the Azumarill, because Azumarill is better against the Malamar, and I kind of want to keep this match up for later on. And here we got out the opponent's Weezing, which allows us to get to the rock type move that we have as coverage, which is going to allow us to at least hit Weezing for neutral damage. A lot of people are running Dazzling Gleam currently on the Sableye, but I do think that Power Gem is the better charge move on this Pokemon, because it gives you like those specific matchups that you would usually not win. We get out the opponent's Credilli, and now we're going to get out the opponent's Malamar, and all of a sudden the alignment completely swapped. We have the Ice type against the Grass type Pokemon, and we have the Dark type Pokemon against our Fairy type. And so, while usually we would go for the Azumarill Say Swap, what would have happened in this scenario? We would have ended up against the Credilli, and we would have not had the greatest time there. So that's the thing with this team, which I at least would do. Like, I would not play it as a set team. A lot of teams that I play usually have, for example, a set Say Swap, a Pokemon as a closer that you don't want to have as a Say Swap at all, and tries to play around this. I don't think that this teams really need to do this. I do think that this team kind of shines by having the flexibility of trying to always keep your hardest answer to the lead if you lose the lead alive in the back. And this is like the beauty of this team. I think this team is absolutely amazing. I would really recommend you to give this team a try, because like for me it worked out super well. And I do think it's a team that has so much potential. Anyway, Azumarill against us. We're going to try to go for a Drill Run against the opponent as well. I climbed up really high for this with this team as well, like very close to like leaderboard range right now. I think I'm like 50 or 100 points or something away from leaderboards. I will most likely drop soon because I'm going to record another impossible challenge, so definitely stay tuned for this one as well. It's going to be out either on Monday, like tomorrow, or Tuesday, most likely Tuesday if possible, or maybe Monday evening, depends on one thing. But yeah, I want to try to record another impossible challenge, and of course I have 3 sets to try to get one positive set with a Pokemon that's going to be very bad. But I really enjoy this kind of series, and I think it's going to be a cool series moving forward as well on the channel. Kind of want to bring something more special to the channel as well again, and so hopefully excited for the next impossible challenge, which very likely going to be in the Master League Premier Cup actually, so stay tuned. People who watched the last video, most I know already which Pokemon it is, because I said it's the top comment of the last video, and it's going to be the same case for the next impossible challenge. Anyway, we're going to see here Credilli against us. We're going to be able to outspeed them here, get the Ice Punch off. I could have went for the CMP tie as well. Oh yeah, it's okay. We can get the Ice Punch off, get the KO, and it's going to be the Corviknight in the back. There's still the 1 HP Pokemon in the back, which can be a bit scary, but Corviknight is going to go down a little bit here as well with the Ice Punch, which is great, as we have our own Sableye, which is going to be able to take still a hit, but also we still have 2 shields. We have a shield advantage, we have Foul Play, which we get faster than any of the moves of the opponent. The opponent needs an average, I think, of 13 fast moves, which are 13 turns, while I need 10 turns to get to my moves, so I get it actually quite a bit faster. And so I'm actually kind of happy about it. As you will see here, the Azumarill is going to go for a play rough. We can go for the full farm down. We have another charge move stored, and the opponent's Corviknight is going to go down. Second to last battle. Again, this would be usually where my videos end, but I kind of wanted to give you a little bit more gameplay with it because this team was absolutely amazing. Like, what can I say? What can I say? This team worked out super well for me. I think I went a total of... I actually don't really know right now. I think it's like 8-4 or something, so like 66% win rate. I definitely had like a 3-0 run, then a 4-1. No, actually I went 9-4 with this team. So yeah, that is a very solid record with it. That's definitely a very, very good team to run. And that if you keep this consistent, like this team is absolutely amazing. Like this team would be top class. So I would really recommend you to give it a try. Again, it's a Pokemon as well that you have been mostly playing for a few seasons already. All of them are like Pokemon that have been viable before. And all of them kind of got buffed recently. Bubble got buffed like quite a few seasons ago now at this point, but got buffed again. We have the Ice Punch buff on the Alolan Sandslash, and we have the Sableye buff with both Power Gem as well as Foul Play. So all of those old school Pokemon got a little bit better. Here, of course, we win the battle, the opponent forfeit afterwards. And we can move on to the final opponent here. Really bad lead, and again, we're gonna swap out into the Pokemon that is a little bit worse, but also we're gonna get out the Azumarill. And with Power Gem being A, cheap, and B, a 2-shot on an Azumarill, it is quite a cool thing to have Sableye in the current meta, because this thing is just going to be able to steamroll through opponents and just going to be able to get like those KOs that you would usually not really expect. Here, goodbye Azumarill. Fairy type Pokemon against us, not really an issue. We would have access to another Power Gem here as well, but I just want to get rid of the shields of the opponent, and so as you see here, they're actually going to swap out into the Lapras, which is absolutely amazing, because now our Ice type Pokemon can lock itself in against the Water type. I don't really care too much about what they're going to do here. I'm never going to use a shield onto my Sandslash, because I know there's a Pokemon waiting for my Sandslash that definitely will appreciate the matchup, but I have to be a bit mindful here because I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to get another Drill Run off before I get KO'd by the charge move from the opponent. We will find that out very shortly, but also I'm aware that the opponent can swap out here now, and they try to do this, allowing me to get to the Ice Punch now instead of the Drill Run against the Talonflame. Do some solid damage. I can go into my Azumarill, and I call it they go for the Fly first here, which is wrong. And so, yeah, that is not going to be great, but we can go for the full farm down, but still that Lapras here. And to be fair, I should have went for the Ice Beam. Like, while Ice Beam is going to be double resisted, it's still going to do a little bit of damage just to put them into farm down range. And I would have been able to get to the Ice Beam here already, so that is a bit of a mistake. Can I knock them out with one more fast move? I cannot. And so now I made it way closer than it ever needed to be. I'm going to have to take another Sparkling Area now and hope they survive this, which luckily I can, and with this, player is going to KO them. And that's going to be it for this video. This team was absolutely amazing. Shout out to Patoman as well. Great team here to run. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.